But why has biotech in particular been hit so hard?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I think there's several reasons that have played a role since last year into this year. I think we've seen a lot of questions around the FDA and some uncertainty around their approval process, which drugs are going to get approved, which are not going to get approved. We've seen questions from the FTC, maybe taking a little bit bigger look at M&A in the space. And I think obviously for smaller cap biotech companies, a lot of the appeal is that they may get acquired at some time by one of the larger companies. If that goes away, then that's a problem. And then there's also the broader sort of discussion around drug pricing that kind of has continued to be an overhang on the group. Is there going to be changes to how drugs are priced in this country? What could that mean for the sector? So several sort of macro factors that have really impacted the group, and I think just got investors deciding that they want to look elsewhere.
Yeah, and just to make a note, the names that you do like, especially your favorites, are ones that are already doing well in what's been kind of a tough landscape for biotech. So Abbvie up 30%, that's your top pick. This a Botox play?
That's part of it. Yeah, they bought Allergan a couple of years ago. Aesthetics is a big part of the company now, about 10% or so of the sales. But they also have a strong business in immunology, in oncology, in neuroscience, a lot of that also coming from Allergan. So we really like how it's a nice diversified growth story and trading at a significant discount still, despite the move to its peers in pharma. Now, they do have a big patent loss next year with their biggest product called Humira that's going to face competition in the US. But we think they've done enough now to diversify the story and have these other growth drivers. So yeah, we really like it. We think there's a lot of room for upside, both in terms of estimates and then also multiple expansion.
All right, the other three names might be a little less familiar: Biohaven, Alkermes, Karuna. With Biohaven, it's up 44% over the past year. Tell me your thesis on this one.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. It's a company that has one main product. It's for migraines. People may have seen the ads. It's called Nurtec ODT. They have a lot of sort of famous sort of celebrities endorsing it now. It got approved a couple of years ago now. It had very rapid uptake in the market, both for the acute treatment of migraine headaches and now also is approved to help prevent migraine headaches from coming. So pretty simple story, pretty easy to understand. It's a oral, disintegrating tablet. You just put in your mouth, it dissolves very easily and has very good uptake. So I think people, we've been impressed by how the companies commercialized it and see a lot of room for that to be, maybe a $3, $4, $5 billion product. So even though the stock's done well, see a lot of room for more upside if they continue to execute on the rollout.
Interesting. Karuna up 5% over the past year. Alkermes up 16%. Tell me about why those are top picks for you.
Yeah, so Karuna is a sort of different, earlier stage company. They have one main product, which is still in development. So the clinical trials are ongoing, and we're going to get the readout later this year for the first trial, and then middle of the year, and then end of the year for the second trial. But the phase 2 data, the mid-stage trial, very impressive efficacy and a reasonable safety profile for patients with schizophrenia. And so we are optimistic that the phase 3 data will be somewhat similar to that, maybe not as good, but still very good, and be sort of a leader in the schizophrenia space in the years to come.
Yeah.
And then Alkermes, a little bit more diversified story. It was doing very well last year, had a setback because of some legal dispute with Johnson & Johnson, a company that they provide some IP to. But they have a new product that just got launched also in the schizophrenia space that seems to be doing quite well. They have a pipeline one in oncology that we're excited about, and then a couple other ones that are already in the market and doing well. So a little bit more diversified than a Karuna, but still driven by, I think, the new products and the uptake that we expect there, and we think sort of underappreciated by the street.
Yeah, maybe a little something for everyone, depending on what kind of biotech play they're looking for. Vamil, thanks so much for walking us through it, and a reminder that it is a market of stocks after all, even though they often get traded all lumped together. Vamil Divan joining us from Mizuho today.